guys, Jean-Felix for Truffles on the Rocks. Today I wanted to share something with you. I've been doing cocktail and food photography for a few years now, and I've always been looking for the perfect Lightroom preset. The preset that would change my picture from a regular shot to a stunning shot in just a single click. And I never found any. I think I understand why now. Because food photography involves so many different colors that you cannot expect a preset to work well in a picture involving red and a picture involving green if that preset is meant to bump the yellows, for example. So I dug a little further and I tried to create something that would apply well in any color situation, and I think I've managed to do that. So if you want to make your photo look from this to that in just a single click and some minor tweaks, regardless of the color situation, well, this video might be for you. So let's jump into Lightroom and let's see how it works.
Alright guys, so here we are in Lightroom with the 3 shots that I took for the purpose of this tutorial. As you can see, all of them involve a different color. This one is orange, this one red, and this one is green. And that's just to show you how well this preset works no matter the color that is involved in your photo. So I'm going to start right off with the first one, but before I do so, I wanted to say that this preset was actually meant to work well no matter the color that is involved in your photo, but it is also meant to give a nice moody feel to your image, dark and dramatic, if you will. So that's why I use the black background. And notice that the shadows are not completely blackened, so keep that in mind when you do your photo. Try to have a proper exposition, not too dark with nice shadows and nice highlights, but the contrasty dramatic feel will be added afterward with the preset. So I'm going to do the adjustment slider by slider so we can see the image evolving, and at the end I'm going to show you how to save that as a preset and apply it to all of your images. I'm going to try to be pretty fast so it's not too boring. You can just take notes of the adjustments that I make, and at the end you can just save that as the preset. So there we are. We're going to change a little bit the temperature and the tint here on the magenta side. I'm going to darken slightly with the exposure. I'm going to bump the contrast to 60, the highlights to none, shadows and whites we're going to give 20, -5 for the blacks, clarity we're going to drag that to 20, such as the vibrance, and -10 for the saturation. For the tone curve, you're going to do 3 dots here. We're going to bring that first one to 15. Whoa. We're going to bring the first one to 15%, like this. The second one, we're going to bring it to the left. We want to reach 10.2 here, like that, and 16.9 for the percentage, like that. This one here for the midtones, we're gonna go 42 and 49. All right. This one, not gonna change it much, 71.4 and 76. This last one here, just gonna drag it just a little bit to the left, like this. That's it for the tone curve. All right, so now for the HSL, that's where a lot happens. For the hue here, we're gonna go -15, -10. Not gonna change yellow or green. We're gonna go 40 for the aqua, 20 for the blue, -10 for the purple. Not gonna change the magenta. In the saturation, we're gonna desaturate most of them. -5 for the red, -10 for the orange, -35 for the yellow, -20 for the green. Then the aqua, not going to change that one. -35 for the blue, -15 for the purple, and -25 for the magenta. On the luminance, though, we're going to do the opposite. We're going to bump the luminance for most of the colors. 40 for the orange, 35 for the yellow, 25 for the green, 15 for the aqua, 34, then 56 here, and lastly 33 for the magenta. For the split toning here, we're gonna go at 225 with the saturation of 15. Now it's gonna start looking good at 160 plus a saturation of 11. All right, for the details, I like to bring that to 75 with a radius of 1.5, details at 45, and for the masking here, that's gonna be depending of your photo with your depth of field, if you have a shallow or not depth of field. You're gonna hold Alt and drag this all the way to what you want to be sharpened. This one is a flat lay. Pretty much everything is in focus, so I don't want to go too high. I'm gonna go to 25 and I'm happy with that. A little bit of noise reduction because I actually bumped the shadows a little bit, so not a lot of noise reduction either. Enable profile correction and remove chromatic aberration. Just gonna add a little bit of vignetting. And lastly, we're gonna go to camera calibration to fine-tune these colors at 5 for the red and minus 15 for the saturation, 5 for the green, minus 5. Then we're gonna go minus 5 and minus 20 for the saturation. So that's it for the preset. If you look the before and the after, pretty dramatic change. I really like this. Hope you do too. If you do, that's where you're gonna go and save that as a preset. So all the adjustments that you've done here, you're gonna want to copy that and saved it. So here next to the preset line, you're just gonna go and click on the little plus here. You're gonna name that to your likings. We're gonna do dark food truffles on the rocks preset in the folder dark photography. So here in the settings, you're gonna keep that all checked except for the adjustment that you might have done locally, such as the graduated filter, radial filter. Just you don't want to copy that into a preset. So then you click on create and then pop, it is here. So if we change picture, we can go here and click on dark food truffles on the rocks preset. Pretty rad. Obviously there's always a few, like some minor tweaks that you need to do when you apply a preset on a picture, because not all of the pictures are exactly the same, even though like it's pretty similar. But this here, I think it's already pretty neat. You see the reds are still reacting pretty well. The fabric here as well. All the colors are balanced. But now we just want to change a little bit. This one is it's like kind of a deep bowl, so we have more shadows, so we're gonna bump the shadows a little more. Instead of being 20, I'm gonna switch to 60, I believe. The whites though are a little too white to me, so I'm gonna bring that down, but then I have to change the exposure. Instead of being in a minus, I'm gonna turn that just slightly on the opposite to 10%, like that. So to me, that would be it. I would not do anything else to this picture, and I would be pretty happy with one single click, 3 sliders adjusted slightly, and there you go. You have the before and the after, a very nice dark food photography in just a single click and some minor tweaks. For the third one, this one is a pretty weak image, and that's what I wanted to show you. Like the latte is way blown out, but we're gonna try it anyway because it has like very different colors. So not too bad. I mean, the effect is there. It's very dark and dramatic, maybe a little too dark. So we're gonna play a little bit like we did with the exposure here on the other one, just a slightly more, 15% here. Obviously the shadows, we're gonna make them a little brighter. We're gonna go search for these shadows. We're gonna bring the whites down because here in the latte it's still like annoying me. So we're gonna go like minus 25. And for now, that's gonna be it for me. But then we're gonna go to the HSL tool, and that's where it's gonna get better. So here we have to play a little bit with the yellow. So I'm gonna just like make it more of a real yellow instead of being like on the brown side. So we're gonna bring that to 80. And then in the saturation, a little less desaturated for the yellow. The green, we're gonna pump at 225-ish. Yep, you see in the spoon, works way better. So we're gonna adjust that in the luminance as well, but I think pretty much everything is a little too dark, except for the yellows. So I'm gonna bring the red a little more bright here as well. The yellow though, I'm gonna bring that down to see. So this latte here now works better. See this before, and boom, that's now way better. The green though, I'm gonna make it pop way more. So watch that spoon, 75, boom, that's nice. So the purple and the magenta also a little higher, so just like make that little array of light here look better. So I think that's it. Before, after, what you think? I think it's pretty cool. So again, just this preset works really well, even though it was like a very poor shot. Now I think it's a nice one. Obviously I will have to clean this mess here on Photoshop afterward, but like full disclosure, I took all these 3 shots in 10 minutes for the purpose of this tutorial, so maybe I was a little bit in a rush, and that's why I will have to spend more minutes cleaning that mess in post. Alright, so that's it for me today, guys. That was my little magic trick for dark food photography. Hit that like button if you liked it, subscribe if you want to show some support, and for those who are still watching and are not really into that Lightroom magic thing, well, I have something for you. I might need some practice still though, but that's still fun, right? Well, I think so. I hope so. See you on the next one. Bye.